Indian fashion industry is currently at a very nascent stage, and it's a phase where we have a lot of fashion brands which are establishing themselves in India, as well as a lot of global brands which are looking at entering the Indian market. And while the market is still very unorganized, this is the right time for us to get a lot of manpower professionals who are looking at working as part of the industries, not merely as fashion designers, but also as fashion professionals who can kind of help the industry grow, as well also help in furthering the growth of various brands in the country. For this, we currently felt that there is a requirement for skilled manpower, and there aren't sufficient schools which are really offering those kind of courses. This is actually one of the main reasons why we really looked at launching this course in the Whistling with Neeta School of Fashion. Currently in India, we're at a very exciting stage. India is being seen not only in Asia but also globally as an emerging fashion destination with the highest growth rates when it comes to fashion. There is a lot of interest from international investors, international brands to look at entering into this Indian market, and also making significant investments which you've not even seen in the past. Now, when you want international brands to come in, when you want international designers to come in and set shop, or also when there are Indian localized brands which want to kind of scale up, you require professionals who can really handle this aspect. And we have seen an increasing demand from the business world itself when it comes to the fashion world in India to get access to the right brands, the right designers, the right platforms to help them grow, the right platforms to invest in. But we do see a dearth of fashion professionals in this space. And there is a significant interest for a lot of business, international businesses as well as the Indian business world to kind of enter the Indian market. And I think that's one of the main reasons why we are really looking at launching a program like the MBA in Fashion Management at the Whistling with Neeta School of Fashion. So from an opportunity perspective, today opportunities are galore when it comes to someone who passes out from a fashion management program. Someone could look at becoming a brand manager, someone could look at becoming a specialist for handling e-commerce businesses. You've got a requirement for fashion merchandising when it comes to big marketplaces, a requirement for fashion buyers. There are also fashion consultants which are required. So from an opportunity perspective, I think opportunities are just kind of increasing threefold. There are various different areas which a fashion management professional can get into, but the only important point being that it's important for someone to kind of specialize and know quite specifically the area in which he wants to kind of really focus his attention on. I think currently there are very few schools in India which are really offering an MBA in fashion management program. While most programs which are being offered are most in the postgraduate format, and MBA is being offered by very few schools. If you ask me what the core distinction is or the core differentiation is in terms of how we stand out, the reason is that first of all, the school is a school which has been formed by the industry for the industry. So definitely in terms of the kind of exposure that our students get, in terms of the kind of faculty they interact with, that in itself is a differentiator. Secondly, the curriculum also that we've created is very relevant to the industry today. The school has been formed by industry veterans, industry professionals who were on board, and hence the curriculum is something which has been created keeping not just today in mind, but keeping the requirement for the needs of the industry 10 years down the line. When it comes to choosing the right kind of school for yourself, and education being the most important investment one is making for themselves, it's very important for you to select the right school. And there are 3 or 4 aspects that one should take into consideration. One is the faculty, which is going to be on board teaching you certain curriculum, essentially for vocational programs which are more industry driven. Second would be the kind of exposure you get with the industry. Third, I would say, is the kind of international exposure that is there with respect to international concepts that are in a particular program. And I would also say it's very important for someone to get the right kind of internship opportunities or associations with industries once you finish the program. So these are 4 aspects that someone should really look at while choosing a school for them. And I think the Whistling with Neeta School of Fashion really stands out when it comes to these areas, and would really be a good fit for someone who's looking at doing a fashion management program. Someone to better themselves for a career in fashion, retail and business, it's imperative that someone is in love with what they want to do, and they're passionate about what they're looking at. Fashion as a sector is a very tough space to work in, and A lot of people feel it's a lot of glamour and it's very easy to get in, but on the contrary, it's a lot of hard work, and breaks in the fashion industry are very tough to really get in. So it's a mixture. It's a mixture of one's conviction, determination. At the same time, also somewhat of luck really playing with you. The advice that I would have for a lot of fashion enthusiasts while selecting fashion program is that they should be sure about the fact that they're passionate about the program.